right, Harlan, man, we made it to Foxborough. You looking forward to tomorrow if it's muddy?
No, yeah, I'm good either way, dry or super wet. I like the mud, so if it downpours, I'm good with that. Honestly though, like with Supercross, if it's gonna be wet, I want it to be like a monsoon, so we're not like jumping a lot of the jumps, where when it's just that like in between where it's just drizzling and so you're still going for everything, that's when it's like pretty scary. But regardless, yeah, I like the rain, so dry or mud race, I'm ready to go for tomorrow.
Been working on anything in the meantime?
Yeah, for sure. I just feel like I lack a little bit in the heat race, which then kind of sets you up for a bad gate pick for the main. So been working on that stuff. We had the weekend off, so it's kind of good and bad. I kind of like getting into the rhythm of racing, so I'm looking forward to these next 4 in a row. But yeah, over the break, like I said, just trying to work on my heat race and just that ability to kind of like shut my brain off and go really fast. Something I've kind of always struggled with, so something I've been working on. It's not going to happen overnight, but yeah, we're slowly but surely getting better.
You know, I think one thing I recognize when I see you out there on the racetrack each weekend, kind of no matter what position you're in, you're battling. Like whoever is next to you, you ain't just letting them by. I see you're going for it.
Yeah, for sure. You know, this year I put in a lot of work. I believe in myself, and yeah, I wrote down my goals at the beginning of the year, and I literally, one of the goals was is to race everyone, no matter who it is or what place it is, like it's for the win. So yeah, I'm glad you actually pointed that out. I appreciate it. And yeah, this year I've been fighting hard for each position, and I'm looking to get in the top 5. So I know it's not going to come easy. It's not going to be given to me. The first one's always the hardest, but man, I want to get that first top 5 and be lining up and be expecting that result.
Yeah, there it is. So you already kind of gave me your goal. You want to get that top 5 position.
For sure.
And I think it's coming. Like I said, you can recognize it. Like again, no matter what place you're in, you can see that on the track. I can see that aggressiveness, and it's good to see, and it's good to know that you're working on that. Yeah. So tomorrow, you have a goal for top 5. Maybe it's also just to survive, right? I mean, it could be
Dude, it could definitely be a monsoon. Who knows? You never know. And everyone, I have a lot of friends up here from the New England area, and they all tell me, they're like, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even look at the weather, because here in Foxboro or wherever in the Northeast, it's like they could say it's going to rain a ton. You end up not getting any rain. It says no rain. You could get a ton of rain. So honestly, like I said, I'm good with whatever. Yeah, I like the mud, so shoot. If it's muddy, I'll be happy.
Awesome, man. We're looking forward to watching you tomorrow. Good luck. Have fun out there.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, Shane. Hey, man, we made it to Foxborough. Looking like we got some weather tomorrow. It's nice right now, but tomorrow, maybe not so much, right?
Yeah, today is honestly a beautiful day. I think it's probably about 70 degrees right now. Tomorrow, the high is like 45, I believe, with rain most of the day. So I'm excited about that. I think that's really good. It's going to be cold and wet, but yeah, I think we maybe got away from the rain a little bit last weekend, but maybe it'll stick around this weekend, so we'll see.
Hey, your starts have been great. I feel like the last few weekends in a row, I see you come around that corner, and the first thing I think of your camera guy, Foggy, over there. I'm like, oh, you know he's stoked right now with that shot, him coming around the corner. But man, you've been doing that really good. Have you been working on that, or is it just throughout the year you're feeling better, you're getting, you're gelling better with the team, and you're just getting that confidence back on your bike?
Yeah, it's kind of a number of things. One, I've always been a good starter. 2, my confidence is continuing to grow, and the bike is really coming around. The team's been working hard. We want to try to continue to be up there so that we continue to learn the pace, so that we continue to make the bike changes to sustain that pace. So that's really where we're learning the most, and that's really where it's like that's the one part of the race where you can beat everybody, and that's my goal, because it's really hard to come from behind. So yeah, I enjoy the system of the starts and controlling the emotions, and yeah, it's a tough battle sitting on the starting line, but that's one that I enjoy.
Now, when you're up there, and I wouldn't say it's unfamiliar territory, because like I said, you've been really locking them in now this year, but when you're up there and you got like people like the points leader or people behind you that you know are coming, does it make you, are you kind of getting ready for that? Are you like, hey, I'm gonna hold on to this as long as I can, just keep that comfort level on? I feel like they're coming. What's the comfort level for you when you are up front like that?
Mentally, I'm comfortable. Speed-wise, I'm borderline uncomfortable, and that's where really all the progress happens, because that's ultimately where the bike has to be set up. And so the more time we get up there, the more we can really dial things in. We're not making changes as fast as I'd like, but we are making the changes. And so that's where it's for sure a process, week to week. It's like we make progress, but it's really frustrating, because it's like I want it to happen now. And it's like, oh, dude, we just make a couple changes and then do it again and we're there. But that's not necessarily the case. So, it's definitely good to be up there. It's good for my mentality just to be there. It's like, okay, once we get a little bit more comfortable, get the bike dialed in a little bit more to where I'm efficient at that pace, that's where we're trying to take those steps. It's really tough for me to hang on at that pace, because everything has to work together. And right now I'm a little bit, say, above where I feel like the bike is capable of. But that's really, the last couple weeks we've made really good improvements on the bike. And in turn, my confidence improves, my fitness improves. And so everything now is like having to climb the ladder together. And that's going to continue to happen, but we have to continue making those changes and also continue getting the good starts.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say it's trending in the right direction. Like I said, I mean, even from doing our interviews from the beginning of the season to now, even the confidence in just speaking about it is there. Yeah. So tomorrow, let's say, worst case, mudder, soupy. Is that something good? Do you like that? Maybe everyone's more on the same pace?
I personally think a mudder is best case scenario, because for me, I'm good in the mud. That gives us a better opportunity, and it also gives us another week to continue on the changes that we've been making. So I like my odds this weekend. I need to capitalize on that, and I think the radar looks pretty good. I'm gonna keep praying for that, and which the thing is, I had a really good week of training this week. Even obviously it was dry, but we're continuing to build in the dry, but it's like the mud is the great equalizer, and that's where it's like, hey, we can really take advantage of the mud. But if it's dry, then we're also still making improvements for that. So I'm excited for whatever.
Awesome, man. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you out there tomorrow and for the next few weekends, all on the East Coast. It's kind of cool. We're all just staying out here, but looking forward to it. Have fun. Good luck. Be safe.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
All right, Grant, we are here at Foxborough.
We're here.
And nothing going on today. Why is that? What's going on here?
I don't know, dude. Weather's great. Phenomenal. Dirtworks guys all week been like, oh, it's raining, it's cold. I don't know, dude. I've been here since Wednesday night, and weather's awesome. It's not cold.
Tomorrow might be a different story, though.
I don't know. I'm not buying it.
Well, we're expecting some mud, so that's going to be interesting. But one cool thing that's happening along with this weekend is this is like the first of 4 East Coast weekends. Maybe not the best for you coming from California. But are you guys staying out here?
Wouldn't be a horrible idea, but I'm not, no. Flying back to Cali all 4 weekends.
Does that make it, I guess, tougher for someone?
Not bad.
Not too bad.
I mean,
same.
All day Sunday flight, regardless of if I'm here or from somewhere else. So, I mean, might as well go home.
Yeah, true. So, last few weekends, man, it's been tough. Honestly, I feel like you've just been getting kind of robbed. I feel like I've been seeing it right there, and I'm like, hey, he's in, no problem. And then something happens.
Yeah, well, Alabama was good. Yeah. I mean, it was nice. Had A group, qualified straight in. Yeah. Had 3 pretty good main events. And then, last weekend, crashed on my own. And then that set me up for the LCQ. Then I was like, oh, okay, should be good. And then we weren't good. But would have been fine if I just made it happen myself. And then I think, before that was Indy. Crashed on the start, but that wasn't really a good weekend for me anyway. And then Daytona, again, just had it. Somebody else took it away from me, and then I didn't execute. So I mean, I've had some good moments to bad moments and some moments with other people. So, I mean, I think I just need to capitalize when I have the opportunities and it doesn't involve those people, and then hopefully other people don't get involved after those mistakes. But
You think even after having mistakes like those things happening, is there any positives there? Like, are you trying to take a lesson from that you can apply and keep it moving?
Don't crash in the second to last corner on the last lap of the heat race. I mean, it's simple. It's as simple as that. Like, I felt like I rode decent, and honestly, I thought I had a pretty big gap to 10th, and I might have spooked myself a little bit when I realized I didn't have as huge of a gap as I thought, but I still, like, I watched it back and I was like, wow, that's probably the saddest crash I've ever seen myself have. So, yeah, just can't do it.
Well, we got another one today. We still got quite a few rounds ahead of us, but I think, tomorrow with that chance of heavy rain, like they're saying, they're making it sound pretty gnarly.
I don't think it's going to be. I mean, is a quarter inch of rain heavy throughout the day? Is that a lot? I don't know. It doesn't sound like a lot.
Might be fine, huh? You sound good then. You sound confident for tomorrow. I think that's good. I don't think, doesn't sound like you're too worried about tomorrow, which is.
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of mud supercrosses, but it's what we got, so gotta make it work.
Yes, sir. All right, well, cool. We're excited to see you out there tomorrow, man.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Kevin. So, what's the situation, man? We're out here. They canceled our press day, right?
Yeah, no press day. We've got rain in the forecast, another mudder. They did a good job last weekend. We got lucky last weekend. It's not looking like it's going to work out as good for us this weekend because I think we're supposed to get rain on race day. Seattle was rain before race day, so other than that, my hands are all dirty. Just changed the clutch this morning, changed my oil, and put some foam on the bike. So, just getting things ready to rip.
Dude, the mechanic and the rider.
Yeah. Unfortunately, so we have a mechanic that's going around with us, but his flight alone just to get out here was like $800 or $800 or $900. I was like, dude, I'm sorry. Like, I'm going to have to handle it this weekend. I'll get you coming back next weekend kind of deal. So, just working on getting sponsors, getting funding and whatnot, but it's been going good. It's been a good season so far.
Man, I guess it's a tough sport, really, for you guys. I mean, realistically, you don't really see that in a lot of other sports where you're having to do that, and we have to budget like that. I mean, I think the whole industry is kind of in that position, it kind of feels like.
Yeah, which is nuts, because like my year's been pretty solid, and obviously it's great having people come by and like sign the bike and donate to the program, but man, it's still like the overhead I have per race is, I've said it several times in a couple different areas, but I bet it's every bit of $5,000 to $6,000 and that's like not even including rig fuel. That's just like flights, hotels, crew pay, and just making sure everybody's kind of taken care of on the weekend. That's not even all the access of other things and bikes and parts and race fuel and, fuel in the rig and all the things that we have to kind of keep up with. So it is very expensive. That's why I do all the creative things to help get myself to the races and keep going. But it's pretty gnarly. It's pretty awesome to have good partners and stuff like that too.
I'll put you on the spot with this question. Is there anything you think maybe the series or the sport could do that you think would help all the riders in that way?
I don't know. I mean, I know that I understand the business side of things too, because obviously running my own team. So I understand why they have a tight-knit situation on not allowing us to sell merch and stuff like that. Like, it can make sense on that. That would be huge for us if we're able to sell, our own merchandise and help us get to the races, because the only way you're able to do that is if you get in with Feld, like Deegan has or whatever, and like they have a percentage situation. There's no availability to be able to come here and do stuff kind of for yourself to help you get to the next race, because I'm going to be super honest, and obviously I love this sport, I love what I got going on, but for making a main event and getting $2,200 or something like that, that's not paying for not even half of what you need to get to every race and keep a professional setup like this. So obviously it's nice that's why you go after the sponsors. That's why every team here has sponsors, because that's the only way you're able to get to the next round. So I don't know. I mean, I understand it from their point of side, so I can't sit here and complain kind of deal. But yeah, I mean, if there's availability to maybe do merch and stuff like that, but only thing I can say is pay us more, but that's easy for anybody to say. You know what I mean? So, I understand it from the business side of things, so it is what it is.
No, I like your approach. You're not really asking from them. You're just asking for more to do for yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that makes sense, and it puts it more in the power of everyone else to do that. And I like that idea too, honestly. I think that would be good for the sport.
Yeah, I mean, for obviously, I don't know all the numbers. You see all the people talking about it, how much they're able to bring in. Yes, I'm sure I don't even want to know the overhead that they have per round. You know what I mean? But I mean, obviously more pay is great, but that's easy for anybody to say. So finding a realistic solution for that, I don't know. We just got to get creative.
So, this race, we're on the East Coast, and the next 4, concluding this one, are all on the East Coast, kind of within a certain area from each other. Do you like that? Is it kind of nice being able to you're not too far from here, so to stay over here? I guess you're still traveling every weekend, doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, for me, like I go back down to Tampa every weekend just because it's easy, and I kind of have, growing year in and year out to have the availability to have a driver that goes and takes the next round, and I can go back and keep a routine, because I do think that as I'm getting deeper into my career, still kind of new with it and whatnot, but I'm learning that like having consistency is huge to be able to build and keep yourself going throughout the season instead of hitting a wall or falling off or just getting burnt out kind of deal. It's tough, but yeah, for me it's easiest to go back, do the same thing every week, come here, just keep racing.
Awesome. And then my last question is, let's say tomorrow, absolute worst conditions, it's just a soup fest out there. What's your plan?
That's what we want. I think I bet 90% of the riders here want it to be perfect or absolutely rolling everything, because everybody knows that it is terrifying to do I don't know if we can cuss here, but half-ass type of mud race where you're trying to jump stuff and you got people that are jumping stuff, other people that aren't jumping stuff, so then just adds more variables into the situation. I think we'd all rather it pour and it be a soup fest or like not possible to get around easily, or not at all, because like being in that middle, it can get very dicey very quickly.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, cool, man. Well, thanks for your time and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.